Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. Tonight I overheard a conversation between my husband and our son, and they don't know I heard this. And when my husband sees this video, he's going to probably say something about me putting his business out there. But anyways, they were talking about a time in our son's life that he felt that his father wasn't there for him. I guess completely the way he wanted his father to be there. And my husband kept making all of these, I call excuses, I'm sure he wouldn't call them excuses, as to why he wasn't there. But my whole point of this is that sometimes as parents, as people in general, but as parents specifically, sometimes our children just want to hear, I'm sorry. I mean, there are times I feel that I was, just because you say you were sorry to your children about a certain thing doesn't mean that you were not a good parent. I feel that I was a very good parent. I feel that I was about as good, the best parent I could be. Of course, there's always room for improvement. But I feel that as a single mother, I was the best parent I can be. But there were times when I look back now that I had to say, baby, I'm sorry. You know, I talked about in one of my videos how there was a time when I first discovered internet that I went internet AOL crazy. And there might have been a period of about maybe 2 years, if that long, a year to 2 years of my daughter's life, that um, most of my free time, I worked a lot, but most of my free time went to AOL. And as an adult, when my daughter became an adult, a young lady, I had to say, baby, mama, sorry. You know, and I think there's and sometimes for kids that makes it all right. They know we're not perfect. They know that they don't come with instruction books. They know that we are humans and we're not infallible, and that's okay. But sometimes they just want to hear, I'm sorry. I thought I was doing what was in your best interest, or um, I made a mistake. I was not being the best mother or the best father that I could be. Or I didn't know how to love you at that time because of that present state I was in, or the present situation I was in. You have parents who were on drugs and who were not in their right mind. You have mothers who might have done some untoward things, but they were doing them because they thought they had to do that to take care of their children. There might have been fathers who were not there for their children because they were absent from the home, or they were in prison, or they were on drugs, or whatever. We make mistakes. You know, situations happen in our lives. But sometimes a child just wants to hear, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to love you. Um, but we're here now. We're at this point now. Let me love you the best I can right now. Let's build our relationship from here. Um, so this is just a message to people in general. If you hurt someone, if you hurt a loved one, if you hurt a friend, um, tell them that I'm sorry. Don't rationalize it away. Don't say that's just me. That's just how I am. Or I wasn't in my right mind at that time. Or don't rationalize it away. With sincerity, tell that person I'm sorry. And then more specifically, I'm talking to parents. Whether you're a parent of an adolescent, a younger child, or whether your child is 20, 40, or 60. If there is something in that child's life that child feel that you hurt them, because we know ourselves. Anybody out there watching this, you know yourself that there is something from your childhood or your background that you didn't particularly like how your mom or your dad handled a certain situation, or your guardian, whoever raised you, and you didn't like it and you didn't understand, you were hurt by it. And if that person would just acknowledge your pain, if they would just acknowledge that they hurt you, if they would just acknowledge that they weren't there for you the way they should have been or the way they could have been, just an I'm sorry, please forgive me, that would do a world of good to that person's healing. So if you have not been, I wouldn't even say not been the best parent, because you could have been the best that you know how to be. But we were not perfect parents. We're not perfect people. So if there's something in your child's life, whether your child is an adult at this time, and your child is still not healed from that, is possibly hurting from that, or even if you feel that you want to go to your child and say, I'm sorry, mama did the best that she could at that time, but I realize now that what I did hurt you, or my not being there hurt you, or this or that hurt you. And I see how it's affecting your life right now. Y'all realize the power of I'm sorry. Those are two powerful words when they are said with sincerity and humility. Like I said, my husband sees this. He's going to tell me about telling all his business. But that's all right. He always telling my business. Y'all be blessed. And remember to bless somebody else. And welcome to the blessed place.